Y'all, I'm back. I told you I'd be back because we don't have dessert. And we're spoiled. And we like to have our dessert. So I am making an apple pie. Yes, I am. So I was sitting in the living room pondering about it. And I thought, oh Lord, I don't have a dessert. We ate all that cherry cobbler, let me tell you. We ate every bite of that cherry cobbler. That's why I make a small one, because I know we're going to eat it, and I don't want us to get tired of it, so I just make a small one. I'm going to make this apple pie. Our supper is in the oven. If you watched my other video, you'll see that we made a chicken roll-up is sort of what I'm calling it. So, get another knife out. So now I'm making an apple pie. And I've got a cup of sugar in my bowl, and I've got 2 teaspoons of, I guess I shouldn't put my apples in there yet. I've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then I've got to put my butter. Let me get all this mixed up. Mix that up real good. Ooh, that smells so good. I love some cinnamon. Y'all, I don't have much room right here to do all this, but it doesn't matter. As long as I've got me a little space here to roll me out some dough. I'm excited about that, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on cutting these apples. I don't know how many apples. But, oh, I know what I wanted to tell you all is my aunt, Deborah Devine. Hi, David. My aunt, Deborah Devine, her mama passed away. And when she was going through her mama's things, she came across, I'll show you, this recipe book. And y'all, it just means the world to me that she thought of me and wanted me to have one of her mama's cookbooks. So I was looking in it, and I found me a recipe for for an apple pie. And so I'm going to do that. Pappy wants an apple pie. He asked for something else for supper, and he's not going to get that. He's not getting shrimp and chicken fajitas. He's getting some chicken, all right, and it's already in the oven. He likes those fajitas. So, anyway, I'm having a pretty good day today. I took Paps's lunch, and then I got the baby's food. He was out of food. Popped in at the store to get me some fresh food. Oh, and I am so proud of myself today at the grocery store. I didn't go down any of the aisles. Right, Pappy, chicken's chicken. I didn't go down any of the aisles. I went to the produce, and I got everything fresh. Remember earlier I told you all I could have gotten my carrots in a can, but I opted for the 97 cent package of fresh carrots. They're over here on the stove. They're already cooked. All I have to do now is add the butter and add some brown sugar and let them cook for a little bit and get them candied. And right now I'm just going to peel up these apples, get them in this apple pie. I've got to do my crust. But if you all have any questions about anything, you know, I don't know all the answers, but we can sure find the answers. If you have a question about something that I've made, or if you'd like to see me make a dish, shoot, I'm always up for a challenge. Absolutely. But if you really and truly, if you have any questions about whatever, ask me. And if I can, I'll find the answer. But I love to cook, I love to bake, and I love to eat. All in that order. So, anyway, when you bake your apple pie, what kind of apples do you use? I always was told to use a Granny Smith apple. So, that's what I'm doing. And the funny thing is, I had them laid over there so that I could make a pie. And David wanted to take one to work with him. How do y'all think that fared? Thank you, David. I try to put a good scald on chicken, but buddy, that is not what we're having tonight. We're having a chicken roll-up, David. And what that was, what I did was I took cream cheese and broccoli and let's see, onion powder and garlic powder, and broccoli, and I stirred all that up. Oop, I lost an apple. I stirred all that up, and I laid it on that chicken, and I rolled it up. And it is in the oven right now. Let's take a little see. Look, see, she's a-cooking. I wish she would be ready in a minute where I could show it to you. Now, I'm having a pretty good day today. If you don't see me on here, then I'm likely not moving very swiftly. Let me look at this recipe I've got here. So I did, let's see, 520. I did a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour. I've got to get that. A teaspoon of cinnamon. I've already done my cinnamon. And a half a cup of margarine. I've already done that. So I need to get 2 tablespoons of flour. And I have got, what did I do with it? Here we go. Oops. Here we go, tablespoon. And I got flour right here. Make sure I said that right. 2 tablespoons of flour. Remember, in a recipe, if it calls for flour and it doesn't say otherwise, it's all-purpose flour. If it just says flour, then it's all-purpose. So I think that I have got enough here to make my pie. And just in case, I'm going to cut one more apple. And then we're going to make our crust up. Oh, and the carrots, the candied carrots. I think I already told you that. I'm putting butter and brown sugar and making candied carrots. Love them. I mowed the lawn today. Pappy will be glad to know that. Got that done. Then I went on ahead and washed the mower down. Hopefully this will be the last time we have it out for the season. How many of you all mowed your yard for the last time for the year? All right. Okay, let me throw all of this madness away. Oops. Got a lot of stuff here that I could put out for the bunny rabbit or for the squirrels. I've got pumpkins on my front porch and I've got squirrels that are eating my pumpkin. I've got to stop that mess now. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Whoops. Wipe this off. Oh, in my last video, when I was messing with my chicken, I always go back and watch my videos. Make sure that if there's something I need to address, I will address it for sure. Because I am not perfect, you guys. I'm just a person that likes to cook, and I've got to catch myself. But I had handled my chicken, and then I stuck my hand in the package of cheese, and so I was at the end of the package anyway, so I went on ahead and threw that away. But, you know, it happens. That's just one of those things that happens. So we are going to make this crust. Get my thermometer out of the way. Oops. Get that out of my way. All right, let's make this crust, guys. Love it. Love the crust. Get a fork. It's easier to use a fork than anything else when you're doing this. I've got my cold water out of my refrigerator. Remember, it's always best to use the coldest water you can have. And you just get started. And I can see it start, you can feel it start coming together. And today I'm using my favorite. It's the Betty Crocker pie crust. My cousin Stacy, I think I saw her on here just a minute ago, Stacy Devine. She lives down in Florida. She said she couldn't find this crust. But you can go to the Betty Crocker website and they sell it on their page, on their website. Okay, so I'm about there. I've just about got it all together. So I got this brand new little baby kitten. Oh, bless its little heart. You just don't know what's going on. Put a little bit of flour out here. He just don't know. And everybody sleeps in that big old Tempur-Pedic bed except that kitten. He is not going to have it. He's not doing it. So I'm going to set this aside because I'll need that bowl again in a minute. Okay, I'm going to put all this together, smush it all together. Do this. Get a little bit of flour in that. Just flip it over and just sort of add a little bit of flour to it. Oh, my nose itches every time I cook. Let me put a little bit more out here. Make sure that it's on some flour. See how it's not sticking to my cabinet? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to pick it up. I'll sprinkle a little bit more flour. Put a little bit on my rolling pin. Move this out of my way. But yeah, guys, even if you're like me and you've got a small cabinet, it don't matter. You can still cook. You find a way. You find a way to do it. Good food will come right on out of your kitchen. All right. There's my bottom part. Now I want to take my butter. Just gonna pinch off a little bit. And put that in my pie plate. You can use Crisco. You can use butter. Use whatever you want to do your pie pan. Put that little bit of butter right there. Take a little bit of flour. Just sort of smack that around a little bit just to make sure it's all covered with all that butter is covered with flour. There we go. And I do it right over right over this. It's fine. Now we're going to pick it up with our rolling pin, like I've showed you before, and roll it, roll it, roll it. Put this there, and then just lay it on there. Do this. This, and then I can take my fork and just go around it like this. And then take the same fork and just sort of cut around it. You know, sometimes it's easier just to buy a frozen pie. Sometimes it tastes better just to make it yourself. So I'm going to empty all this right into this pie plate. Let me get a spatula. I want to get all that goodness, all that yummy. I want to get it all. That's what your little rubber spatulas are for. They're to help clean the goodness out of your bowl. This is why I like this bowl. See, it's got the handle and it's not a heavy bowl, and I can hold it with my hand and I can flip it upside down. Those heavy bowls, I just can't do that. My RA won't let me. So what you do when you've got a disability, you figure it out. You got to find out ways that you can do things. Don't give up. Don't not do the things that you love to do because of a disability. So, all right. So I'm gonna set this aside out of the way. We've got our apples, our cinnamon, butter, sugar, flour, all of our yummy goodness. I'm gonna move that out of the way. We're going to get all this. Just throw that in the trash. Get some of that out of the way. All right, now I'm going to make up a little bit more. I should have put an apron on. I'm making a mess of myself. So I need a little bit more water. Hang on a second. Let me get my water. And we're going to get this pie, we're going to make it pretty. We're going to make a pretty pie. Sometimes it's easier just to make a dough, make a crust, and put over the pie. But sometimes you want to make it pretty. Put a little bit of water in that. So I've used the whole box of this. When you make a pie crust for the bottom and for the top, you're going to use the whole box. Hey, let's check that chicken out and see what's going on with that. Oh, yes, she's coming on along. What I did was I put a little bit of olive oil over ours instead of doing the breadcrumbs or the cracker crumbs. You know, I went for the healthier version of that by not adding any bread to it. But we all know I love bread. We all love bread. I love that y'all are talking to each other. Now, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. When I'm doing a video, I've invited my friends and whoever else wants to pop in here and play. And I want y'all to play with each other. Like Donna. I hadn't talked to her in a long time. Mike and Donna Cartwright. And she told me who it was. I knew who she was. But it's just so cool to see all of you guys in here, and y'all can talk amongst yourselves and rekindle your friendship if you haven't seen each other in a while or talked to each other in a while. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to roll out this. Whoops. Make sure you've got plenty of flour down. If you don't, it will stick. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put some more flour down. Roll this out. Look at her just moving around. I love that. That's showing me that she is not sticking. All right, so we have this going on, this wonderfulness. Through with all of that. I'm going to move some of this flour out of the way because I don't want it on the bottom of my pan. All right, we're going to bring Miss Pretty over here. I'm going to take, let's see. Do I want? We'll take this. So I'm going to, I'll start in the middle, and I'm going to make about almost an inch wide. So I'm going to lay that down, and I'm laying it real, not making it taut. I'm just making it lay right over those apples. Then I'm going to pinch that one little piece off. And then I'm going to take another long one from the center. And I'm going to go over. You know, if I have to, I'll make more. I don't care. Okay, so I've got 3 there. So now I'm going to lift this middle one back. And I'm going to put this on the center of that. I want y'all to see what I'm doing. Can you see it? I think you can see it. Okay. Hey, Barry. Okay, so I have a short one. I'm going to save it for about right there. Right. My mother was so good at this. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 back. Put one right here. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to take this one back, and I'm going to put that one there. Lay that back. So see, I've got half the pie done. So I'm going to pull these two back. Oh, Lordy, am I going to have enough crust, guys? Put that there, like that. Lay that there, and look at there. I had plenty. I had plenty of crust. So, let me show you what I'm going to do now. You're going to love this part. So you take your butter. Get me a little knife here. And you start putting it on your crust. Just lay it all over the crust. Y'all, this is going to be good. And it'll be gone. We'll have it for supper tonight. And it'll be gone by tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll get it, and then that'll be it. But we enjoy it. So there's that. Now let me put a little bit of sugar. I have 1/4 of a cup of sugar right here, and I may or may not use it all. Let's just see. You put your sugar or your butter on there, and then you put your sugar over the butter, and it will brown your pie. So there, I didn't use it all. I used half of that, about an eighth of a cup. And then take my cookie sheet. And I will take my parchment paper. And what I use is just plain old parchment paper. I think I got this one at like TJ Maxx or something, or Home Goods. And I just cut up enough for what I need to cover. Put that back. Lay it down. I just don't want this to come out all over my oven, and I don't want it coming out all over my pan. And before it gets done, I'll melt a little bit of butter, and I'll put it around the edges so that'll brown real nicely. And that is it, guys. That is a done deal. Let me check that chicken. Let's check this chicken and see what's going on with it. Oh my goodness, it's not ready yet, but that's what's going on. And I've got 2 pieces of chicken here for the girls, and I don't put salt and pepper or anything on their chicken. I always make sure that they have a little something too. So anyway, I'm going to put this apple pie in the oven, and that will be it. That's all my cooking for today. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a roast. Some people don't know how to cook a roast, and I didn't for the longest time. It was tough, and my family wouldn't eat it, and I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. So we're going to touch up on that tomorrow, I do believe. We'll see. But that's all I've got for tonight. And you guys, y'all are awesome. And I love y'all to pieces. And you all sure inspire me. And you give me encouragement. And I really, really enjoy doing this. I enjoy cooking and helping people have other ideas of what to cook. Because I know I have the dilemma a lot. Is what are we going to have for dinner? I don't want to go out to eat. I'm not going to go out to eat. We do want to support our small businesses, absolutely. But, oh, that baby's hollering at me. That baby's hungry again. I think Missy and Sadie are sneaking in here and getting his food. So anyway, I love you guys, and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. And if you have any questions or anything, or any discussion, get on that Miss Kim's Home Ec 101 page, and Lord, we'll talk about anything. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff. And you guys have a good night, and I love you guys. Toodle-oo.